ANC here in Gauteng is rejecting recommendations from the party's Integrity Commission to fire some members. These include the removal of mayors linked to the big VBS scandal. Reporter Moloko Moloto is on that story. Is there a sense, Moloko, good afternoon to you, that the ANC is perhaps protecting some of those that are involved in this scandal?
Hello, Jeremy Max. Well, we know that there was a meeting of the Provincial Executive Committee of the ANC here in Gauteng at the weekend, and they were presented with a report by the Provincial Integrity Committee that's headed by Trevor Fowler, the former city manager of Johannesburg, and some of the recommendations were that the executive mayor of Merafong municipality, Mapefolizia, whose municipality invested 50 million rand unlawfully in the now defunct VBS bank, she must be fired both as executive mayor as well as a councillor. Another recommendation was that Boyce Maneli, who at the time was the executive mayor of Rand West municipality, it deposited 77 million rand into VBS. We know that currently he is a member of parliament for the African National Congress. Actually, he is the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Communication and Digital Technology. The DA has actually tried to have him removed as chairperson. Nonetheless, he remains the chairperson there. So the report of the Integrity Committee recommends that he must also be fired as member of parliament because he was the mayor when 77 million rand by the district municipality was deposited into VBS. The third recommendation relates to the current MEC of community safety, Faith Mazibuko. You would remember early this year when she was still the MEC of sport and recreation in Gauteng, she reprimanded senior officials in her office, insisting that they must make sure, by hook or by crook, make sure that they build what she called the combi courts. So the integrity of the ANC felt that she brought the ANC into disrepute. Now, we were told by our sources that the ANC leadership has rejected those recommendations by the Provincial Integrity Committee. However, when it comes to the mayor and the former mayor, the ANC, we understand, in Gauteng decided that because this matter of VBS involves other provinces, it would be better if the national office bearers of the ANC were to have a final say in this regard. And as I'm speaking to you, there is a meeting at Luthuli House that's underway of the meeting of the national office bearers. I'm not too sure if the officials of Gauteng are in already, Jeremy.
Is this raising questions at all then about the Integrity Commission or committee itself?
Well, the truth of the matter is that when the ANC decided following the 2012 National Conference in Mangaung to set up an integrity committee, it never gave that committee teeth. So it has always had limited powers. It could only recommend, and of course we saw in the past, recommending that officials who were implicated in one way or the other of wrongdoing step down before they can clear their names. So even in this case, we know that Gauteng has its own chapter of the Provincial Integrity Committee. So the fact that the National Executive Committee or the Provincial Executive Committee can decide to reject recommendation of this committee says a lot, because essentially it says the investigation that was done by the committee is futile, is useless if the recommendations can be implemented. But I should also indicate, Jeremy, that according to our sources, the Integrity Committee found nothing wrong on the part of the mayors. They found that they did not necessarily steal the money. They acknowledged that the deposits were made by the officials at the administration level. Nonetheless, the committee felt that those mayors, as political principals, needed to take responsibility and step aside. But surely the ANC in Gauteng doesn't agree. Of course, we reached out to the ANC in Gauteng, Bones Modise. He is the spokesperson of the PEC, and he said, look, we're not going to comment on that matter. Wait for the official statement. We are waiting for it.
All right.